Next, set both the left and right generator switches to external on. Finally, let's check the transformer rectifier units. Both TR units are operating if the 3 landing gear indicators indicate gear down, with the engine master switches set to the off position and the generator switches in the external on position. Task 1, before interior inspection procedure completed. I'm starting the INS preheat now. Okay, let's continue with the interior inspection procedure. Again, we will only check the most important and safety critical items. And this abbreviated procedure can be used whenever time is a critical factor. Adjust the seat position up or down to match your body height by using the switch on the lower right forward side of the seat. A good starting point is setting your eyes level with the top of the gun side glass. On the auxiliary panel, check that the gyro switch is set to normal. Check that the boarding steps position indicator is protruding, indicating the steps are in the raised position. Make sure the internal wing transfer switch is set to the norm position. Also, check that the internal wing dump switch is set to the norm position. And finally, check that the air refuel switch is set to the retract position. Task 2, interior inspection procedure completed. Now, we're going to prepare the aircraft for engine start. The necessary steps are covered in the before starting engines procedure. We will do everything to enable a safe engine start inside and outside the aircraft. Check that your seat pins are removed and stowed. Check that the wheel chocks are set and in place. The crew chief is already giving a thumbs up to indicate that they are in place. Now verify that the fore and aft areas around the aircraft are clear. This includes checking the engine intake and exhaust areas, as well as the starter exhaust area. The crew chief has already given a thumbs up indicating no persons are located within the danger areas. Your part is to check that the cockpit and canopy rail areas are clear of persons and equipment. Look over to the right and observe the fire guard standing by during the startup phase. Finally, and this is very important, check that your throttles are both in the off position. A caution, attempting a pneumatic start with throttles out of the off position will result in fuel puddling and the possibility of a hot start or fire. Task 3, before engine start procedure completed. Okay, we are now going to start up the engines, which is covered in the starting engines procedure. Note that you will be required to interact with both the crew chief and various cockpit controls. Therefore, it's important to pay attention to the sequence and tempo of the required steps and events. Take your time to study these procedures first until you are familiar with them. Also note that we will be exposed to loud noise during the starts, so it is a good idea to know all the steps by heart. We will begin whenever you are ready. First, tell the crew chief to connect external air to the right engine.
Roger. And connected on the right.
Move the right engine master switch forward to on. Tell the crew chief to activate external airflow to the engine.
Yep, I'm done.
At 10% RPM, press and hold the right ignition button. Move the right throttle lever out of the off position and move it halfway forward. Now bring it back to idle, still holding the ignition button. When EGT starts increasing rapidly, release the ignition button. Now tell the crew chief to stop external airflow.
Yep, done.
Wait for the engine to stabilize, then check the following values on the engine instrument. EGT between 220 and 420 degrees. Fuel flow between 800 and 1,400 pounds per hour. Idle RPM around 65%, plus minus 1%. Right boost pump pressure around 30 psi, plus minus 5 psi. Oil pressure between 12 and 50 psi. PCQ hydraulic pressure showing 3,000 psi, plus minus 250 psi. And utility hydraulic pressure showing 2755 psi, plus minus 255 psi. Good. Now after confirming that the engine is operating normally, move the right generator switch to the on position. Ask the crew chief for the spoiler actuator check. Move the stick slightly to the left and wait for confirmation. Then center the stick and again wait for confirmation.
Yeah, ready. Hold the clutch, something is wrong. Retract it.
Move the air refueling door switch to the extend position and wait for the crew chief's confirmation that it is open.
Door open. Door closed.
Move the switch back to the retract position and wait for the crew chief's confirmation that it is closed again. Okay, now we're going to start the left engine. Connect external air to the left engine.
Roger. Yes, sir. Connected on the left.
Move the left engine master switch forward to on. Activate external airflow to the engine.
Yep, done.
At 10% RPM, press and hold the left ignition button. Move the left throttle lever out of the off position and halfway forward. Now bring it back to idle. When EGT is increasing, release the ignition button. And now stop external airflow.
Yep, done.
Check that the engine parameters match the values of the right engine, same as before. After confirming that the engine is operating normally, move the left generator switch to the on position. Ask the crew chief again for the spoiler actuator check. Move the stick slightly to the right and wait for his confirmation. Then center the stick and again wait for his confirmation. until the right generator switch off and then back on again. Check that the red must-tie open light is extinguished. Good. Now tell the crew chief to disconnect external air.
Roger. Disconnected.
And finally, disconnect external power.
Roger. Yes, sir. External power is disconnected.
Task 4, engine start procedure completed. I'm starting the INS short heading alignment now.